It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the kicker, Aldrich Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway in Southern California. Taken at the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Taking it right down Broadway. He will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
Eluding the pressure right. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mon now off of play action. Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going to throw it. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Cook now off the read option. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Off the play fake. Ferguson. Wide open. It's Allen complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole. I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now a run with Cook, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And he'll be close to a first down at the Charger 16. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Charger drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
17-0 our score after 1. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Ferguson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the give is Nwangu. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Mott. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniil Hunter. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ferguson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
when you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Drew Sample, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. From the gun, Ferguson. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Rosas good with the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go play action here. Mon on the move to his left. Now the ball comes loose, but a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Mon looks to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Off the play fake, Ferguson. He finds his man, complete. It's Page. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st and 10, Ferguson. Going to throw right side here, complete. Then he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Mond looks to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here's Riddick. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he's got some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Cook now off the read option. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 119 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Asante Samuel Jr. that time up to make the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now Mon. That'll be complete to Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 33. Blankenship's kick is good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Looking to throw. Ferguson. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Chargers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Ferguson. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He's to the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He finds his man, complete. That's Page. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Ferguson lets it fly for Thielen. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
On 4th down, Ferguson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw. Ferguson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up on Mike Hughes. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. 153 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together.